So this is just the most ridiculous thing. So of course we have the fake Nintendo fan, Nintendine. For context, Pokemon Black and White sold 2.5 million copies as far as like, oh yeah, don't you remember there were a lot of games that had split that used to have split launches, which means the games would sell a certain amount of copies first week in Japan. For example, Diamond Pearl sold like 1.4 million copies first week. That's because the game didn't release into the US until a year later, until like a month later, as well. Have what ZA would have ended up doing as well. That was on a handheld console for that near for 140 million sold. So already I know this dude is full of shit. What else is doing? Yeah, it's not the worst Pokemon launch. Actually, I think the worst Pokemon launch is Generation 1 or a spin-off. Okay, like maybe Pokemon Dash is the worst Pokemon launch of all time. Um, Maybe Pokemon Battle Trolls. I forgot that game existed. Hell, if you want to go further, Ultra Sun Ultra Moon did 1.9 million copies in its first week, a fraction of what they did OG Sun and Moon did at 10 million in its first day. Does it sound worse to you than ZA almost selling 237 and 150k? Also, I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee sold worse than Reds and ZA as well. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee sold worse as well. This guy is a fraud when it comes to sale. Too scared to talk about any other content creators because he'll be exposed as a liar. He'll be doing this because it makes some money and that's it. Yeah, a lot of these anti-Nintendo grifters and of course SOAG accounts as well, because I gotta throw them into. They only make these negative videos where it makes money. When it's when of course when the narrative goes against them, when the narrative doesn't go their way, they also just stop talking about it as well here. He also says in the video about talk about cross-rated kind of double standards as well here. When it comes to full-blown pricing and DLCs, a full-blown hypocrite doesn't believe in this stuff. He says, and that's how the Switch 2 was doing. Oh yeah, a console that sold 10 million copies over its first couple of months is a horrible, horrible launch according to these people. Okay, and this is not the only account. There's another one of a Frog Pixar. Like, there's just so many of these anti-Nintendo grifters. There's an actual term for it called Nintendo derangement syndrome as well. Okay, these people who just attack Nintendo and dogpile Nintendo because of money. Okay, which is just so funny as well. Maybe I should make a channel that makes fun of Sony and PlayStation for money as well, and make AI thumbnails as well, talking about every failure Sony has. I'm not gonna do that because guess what? I'm not making a whole entire channel to trash Sony because I don't like PlayStation. I can do the same thing with games like Stellar Blade. Okay, Stellar Blade didn't really sell too well. Okay, it got outsold by Ghost of Yotai in like a week, but I'm not gonna make a whole channel dedicated to dissing Stellar Blade like this guy did with Nintendo. Goodbye.